Now you have prepared a project, or your students have prepared a project. Now you have to present the result of your study. How can you present the result of your studies? There are different modes or different forms of presentation. This video will be discussing different forms or modes of presentation after completing a project. The first mode or form is writing a formal report. We have already discussed that one. Just after completing your project, writing a report by using different steps like acknowledgement, content page, list of tables, appendices, introduction, need and significance of the study, methodology, and so on and so on. This is the most formal, this is the most traditional way of presenting the study. Some other modes are there. A second mode is verbal or oral presentation. You can present your items before an audience by using visuals and such things. This is also something formal. This type of presentation occurs during seminars and workshops. You just come before the audience and you just tell the important points in your study, in your project, and you give due explanation within the limited time allotted for you. So they may be oral or verbal presentation. Another mode of presentation which you can make use is delivering a speech by selecting your project as a topic. This is not very common. And you're preparing in advance and you're just present your item just as delivering a speech by telling different points and giving due explanation. And it will be more effective than the traditional oral presentation, that is the seminar presentation, because during the seminars we are just reading out what we have written, the important points as per the time allotted to you. But during delivering speech, actually you can present your item just like a speech by using different examples and life-oriented experiences. And a third mode of, a fourth mode of a presentation is making your research study a story, writing a story. You can present it just as a story, just as a fictional story. And by the end of the time, or by the end of, or by the time the reader completes the story, he or she will be able to collect all the information related to your study. So you can just make it like a story. Then another mode which you can make use is, and this is something effective, you can just write a letter to your friend, an imaginary letter. You just write a letter to your friend by explaining different aspects of your study. And you can submit your report, this letter to your teacher. Or as a teacher, you can make your student present the item just as a letter to his friend. And another mode or way is interview mode. So here, the student who has completed the project does not present the item directly, but he selects one of his friends as an interviewer, and he becomes interviewee, and the other person, the friend, asks some questions, and as the answers for these questions, the person who has completed the project explains different aspects of his project. So this is also this also will be an effective mode of presentation. And see, when you do a research, a formal research for your doctorship or PhD, you can never make use of other modes, but you can make use of the formal report format. But as a teacher, when you are giving a project to your students as a part of your internal evaluation, then you can let them select the mode of presentation which they are interested. And when you make them or when you give them freedom to select their own modes of presentation, the item will be more creative. There is an organization called PUCA. This organization tells that most of the people, most of the talented people are not coming forward for conducting researches just because of the complicated procedures of conducting a research. So according to PUCA, you have to let people conduct their research and present the report of their research in a natural manner. That means in a manner which they like or which they are interested. So here your intention is to help your students develop their writing skill. So you should let them write their project as a report, as a letter, as a story, or as a speech, and so on and so. So you can think about that. And then it will be creating interest in your students. Thank you.